This tape is the only thing left from the scene along Ward Avenue in Elkins, where police shot and killed 26-year-old William Waldron late Friday night after he allegedly pointed a shotgun at officers who were serving a search warrant. Officers responded to the home behind me just after 4 o'clock Thursday morning. When they went inside, they found one man lying dead on the floor and another man with a gunshot wound to the hand. There are still thousands without power here in Mon County, and most of the affected areas are concentrated right here in Morgantown. Neighbors just 2 houses down here on Sierra Farm Road say they saw a funnel cloud form, which then tore through yards and blew out windows here in this home, leaving debris and water everywhere. Well, I'm actually going to step back out of the way here so you can see a little better. It's about 2 or 3 football fields, I would guess, deep, all the way across the river, full of trash. Now, I talked to a lot of people today who said it's actually embarrassing. I talked to one couple who was visiting, and they said they're shocked. They've never seen it like this. Shannon, I spoke to one active coal miner this morning before the rally started who said that they're here to fight on the behalf of those who cannot fight for themselves. This is the subterranean bridge in the Saberton area of Morgantown. The rain and snow Monday night into Tuesday has caused the bridge to flood, posing a safety hazard for drivers. K&T truck stop in Fairmont is the scene of one suspicious death, in which the Marion County Sheriff's Department says may have been caused by a bad batch of heroin laced with lethal ingredients. The Mon County Sheriff's Department came right here on Charles Avenue in Morgantown to serve a search and arrest warrant for an armed robbery. Now, when they went into the residence, or at least tried to go into the residence, they were met with resistance. The people inside did not want them in. One man actually had a shotgun. At that point, one of the sheriff's deputies did subsequently shoot the man with the shotgun. Before, your chances of being able to catch one of these on a busy Saturday night in Morgantown were pretty slim. But now, that problem may be a thing of the past. This is Kimberly Lane, a road just outside of Kingwood in Preston County. Now, as you can see, even I had a little bit of trouble walking up it, meaning residents who live down there haven't been able to get out. Parts of the home here at the scene are still smoldering, and a family is still reeling after they watched their dream home and their life savings burn to the ground. Were you told specifically that you were being fired because you were running for judge?
Yes. The exact quote was, "If you're going to continue to run for judge, we are going to need to part ways."
Lipscomb says she specifically asked Marcia Ashdown, the current Mon County prosecuting attorney, if running for office would in any way jeopardize her employment.
Before I filed, or around the time I filed my pre-candidacy, I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't be a problem, so I specifically asked if I were to run, would I still be able to remain in my job, and that answer was yes, you will be able to remain in your job.
We start off in Charleston with news everyone has been waiting to hear as the state legislature took a giant leap forward towards approving a new budget. We know that people who work with really young kids have their hands full. But what's not full? That's their wallets. The U.S. Department of Education just released a report showing that early education teachers earn so little that most qualify for public benefits. We have some breaking news just into the 5 newsroom out of Fairmont, where Fairmont police officials tell us that there was a shooting last night. It was a shooting death of a 16-year-old male on Cleveland Avenue. Again, this just coming into the 5 newsroom, still looking into these reports. Joined by Chief Meteorologist Ken Meehan here. Well, although we're in late December here and it's Christmas Eve, still kind of warm outside. Is that going to stick around, or are we going to maybe see a white Christmas tomorrow?
No chance of a white Christmas, that's for sure. Warm temperatures are going to be with us for a while.
Police say the exit ramp off I-68 is open again after crews had to clean up granite and marble slabs for countertops. Now, according to a press release from Morgantown Police,
I thought I heard rain. It was a fire crackling outside the bedroom window, and then it flashed, and we got up, tried to fight the fire, and it was just no use. It just went fast, and the whole house was engulfed in a matter of minutes, and seconds. When you're fighting a fire, seems like hours.
Neighbors rushed to the scene of the burning home trying to help using fire extinguishers, but they were unsuccessful.
Once we saw that we weren't going to be able to stop the fire, we had probably a few minutes. We could have went in and grabbed something, and that's when you realize that there's really nothing that important. Once your family's out, there was nothing in that house I needed.
Nestor says the tragedy striking so close to the holidays has also been hard.
My older daughter asked me the question last night if we were going to get Christmas presents. And I told her, everything's a Christmas present. When you have to buy everything, everything's a Christmas present.
The Nestors say through this traumatic and painful experience, although it may be difficult, they are still trying to find the positives.
Just so grateful to people who are helping us and to have our family around us, and really we're in pretty good spirits. I mean, I'm just more concentrating on what I have than what I don't have.
I caught up with one of the neighbors who started a GoFundMe page for the family and was helping that morning. She says it shows how a community can come together.
It wasn't a question of whether we would, it was just Ashton Estates within the neighborhood itself. You're not going to find better people, and it wasn't a question of whether we know them or not. It wouldn't have mattered.
If you'd like to donate, you can go to gofundme.com/NestorFamily.
The first time that I met Gary Walden, I was working for a store. He walked in, reached across the counter where I was a cashier, and grabbed me by the chest.
The woman says the harassment didn't stop there. She says anytime she came into contact with Walden, there was an issue.
Anytime anything needed fixed, like my refrigerator would go bad, he'd come in and, I don't know how graphic you want me to be, but he would request sexual favors for him to fix stuff in my apartment. I went to talk to him about my rent one time, and all he did was stand there and talk about my breasts. It was just one disgusting thing after another with him all the time.
The victim claims he also documented his encounters with multiple tenants.
He had photo albums in his truck that he carried around that he showed to everyone of a bunch of tenants of his that would give him sexual favors in exchange for rent, and he took pictures of them while they were doing these things.
Those involved with fair housing in the Morgantown community wouldn't comment on this particular case, but they say issues like this happen not only here in our state, but across the nation every day.
With the case of sexual harassment, what it does is it actually impedes an individual's ability to enjoy their own home. We should feel safe in our own homes. We should have the ability to go home from work or school at night and feel comfortable in our living space.
The victim says she's glad that all of this is coming to light.
We never talked about it. You know, it was embarrassing, and we just didn't want to get involved, and now everything's coming out, and I just think it's a great thing that they finally paid attention.
We did reach out to Walden for his response to the lawsuit, but we were unable to reach him. He has no representation listed for this case. Steelers action now. Tennessee's Zach Mettenberger is making his third straight start for the Titans. First quarter, 3-0 Steelers. Mettenberger is going to be picked off by William Gay, and he's going to take it all the way back 28 yards for the pick-six touchdown. 10-0 Steelers early. Late second quarter now, 13-10 Steelers. Mettenberger looking to throw deep, and he's going to hit the ex-Steeler Nate Washington in stride for the 80-yard touchdown strike. That would be 17-13 Titans at halftime. But Le'Veon Bell would have a huge second half for the Steelers. Fourth quarter, Pittsburgh down 11. Bell shows hesitation, but then he's going to stretch out and reach for the goal line and score the touchdown from 5 yards out. 24-20 Titans. Later fourth quarter on the play action, Ben Roethlisberger is going to find Antonio Brown for the 12-yard touchdown pass in the corner to put the Steelers in front 27-24, and that would end up being your final. The Steelers get the comeback win in Nashville.